G'day and welcome to the Priscilla Sampler Start with Jenny Brandis. This start is slightly different as there are 4 pairs of passives and an edge pair through the cross stitch trails. New pairs will be added at the red circled pinholes on the inside. Step 1. Start with putting in the top pin and hanging 4 pairs in the open or rainbow configuration. These 4 pairs will become the 2 outside edge pairs and the 2 weaver worker pairs. Add 2 twists to the top 2 left bobbins and 2 twists to the bottom 2 left bobbins. Using the centre left pair, cross stitch through the 2 pairs on the right. Tension and add 2 twists to the right pair. Cross stitch the left pair through the centre 2 pairs, tension. We have the hanging weaver pair, the left edge pair, the right edge pair and the top weaver worker pair. Step 2. Using the top weaver worker pairs next, put up the pin and add 2 pin twists. Cross stitch through the 3 pairs to the left, add 2 pin twists, put up the pin and tension. Close the pin with cross stitch through the edge pair. Lay them aside. Step 3. Add in the first 2 pairs of passives. Push the hanging weaver worker pair aside and put up the top passive pin. Hang 2 pairs in the open or rainbow configuration on the passive pin. Add 2 twists to the left pair to lock the pair together. Using the left passive pair, cross stitch through the hanging weaver pair. Step 4. Returning to the top weaver pair, cross stitch to the right side. Tension, add 2 pin twists and put up the pin. Cross stitch to the left side. Tension, add 2 twists and put up the pin. Cross stitch through the left edge pair and the left passive pair and lay them aside. Step 5. Adding the second set of passives. Push aside the hanging weaver pair and put up the passive pin. Hang 2 pairs in the open or rainbow configuration on the passive pin. Add 2 twists to the left pair, then cross stitch through the hanging weaver pair to the left. Lay them aside. Step 6. The video varies from the written instructions for a period of time now. Using the top weaver pair, cross stitch to the right side. Tension, add 2 twists and put up the pin. Step 7. Put up the 3rd passive pin in between the hanging weaver pair and the right set of passives. Hang 2 pairs of passives in the rainbow configuration and add 2 twists to the 2 left bobbins. Cross stitch through the hanging weaver pair and lay aside. Step 8. Back to using the top weaver pair, cross stitch through to the left side, add 2 twists and put up the pin. Step 9. Put up the last passive pin between the hanging weaver pair and the left passives. Hang the last 2 pairs of passives on the passive pin. Add 2 twists to the left pair of passives. Cross stitch the right pair through the hanging weaver pair, setting up the joining of weavers. Step 10. Return to the weaver pair at the left side. Cross stitch through the left passives to the hanging weaver pair. Cross stitch through the hanging weaver pair, put up the pin and tension. Close the pin with cross stitch. Place the X hanging weaver pair out to the side while working the left side. Using the left weaver pair, cross stitch to the left edge. I work the left side without a gap, but the pattern calls for a gap. I work the gap on the right side. The video now returns to the written instructions. Step 11. The trail sides. The outside edge pair will be worked in a hole stitch, pin hole stitch, to match the gaps in the head side. This is also called a winky pin edge. In the sampler, the 2 outside edges will work differently. The written instructions are for the left side with the gap. Using the right weaver pair, cross stitch through the passives. Add a twist to both the weaver and edge pair. Hole stitch through the edge pair. Add a pin twist to the weavers and put up the pin. Close the pin with hole stitch and cross stitch to the red inner pin where we'll add a new pair. Add 2 pin twists to the weaver pair. Put up the pin and tension. Now at each of the inner pins we will add a new pair. Open the new pair and lift the weaver pair up so that you can slide the new open pair under the weavers and up to the pin. Hang the now connected new pair on the temporary pin inside the work. Using the weaver pair, cross stitch to the edge pair. Add the gap twist, then hole stitch through the edge pair. Add the 2 pin twists and put up the pin. Then hole stitch back to the passives. Cross stitch the next inner pin. Continue working the start trail and adding a new pair at the inner pins as marked on the pattern. Step 12. The first headside tip. At the headside tip, the numbers of gap twists varies from 1 through to 5 twists at the tip and back to 1 twist in the headside valley. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it has helped.